Okay, recording has started.
All right, I've almost forgotten how to do this. Yeah, let's get it started in here. Just a moment, I'm pulling up. Have you duplicated the
Yep, April
minutes already?
27th.
Okay, so I don't need to make a new one.
Yep.
All right, got it.
And let me make sure I got board minutes plus pulled up because we want to list out things that were mentioned.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that the last one that we did was the one where George came in from the beach. Were you there for that, James?
For a little bit.
Okay.
I think he was drunk.
Hard to say, but very distracted for sure. So, okay, we are. All right. Okay, so in attendance today, April 27th, 2025, Stephen, myself, Peter, and James.
I
Yo.
What's up?
I'll take a moment to scroll through the minutes from last time, make sure that there are no corrections to make.
Move it! Fucking idiot cat. He like just needs to like walk on my legs all of a sudden.
All right. Anything that you guys want to change about the minutes, correct about the minutes from last time?
no.
No.
How long has it been? 3 weeks that we missed?
3 weeks, yeah.
So this is a month after the last one. Okay. All right, let's move on to standing topics and reports, nonprofit administration. Stephen.
All right. Oh, shnikes. I have not checked the bank account in forever. Let me just make sure. Alright, good. Um. Oh, right. I don't think I. No administration things have come up. Um,
Okay.
yeah, I just need to double check that not much has happened to our bank account. Ugh, it still wants to freaking deny me. I don't get it. Resend. Alright, I gotta figure out why that doesn't let me use this browser for some reason. Farmers English, Farmers English. Ugh, okay, we can move ahead while I get the login figured out.
Okay. I mean, the next two items I think are you as well, so that's, yeah, financial report. Okay, should we just move on to the initiative report for Hack Night?
Yes.
Nominally, that one is also you, but I guess we can talk about it. I only can speak about last Hack Night because I missed two in a row before that. Um, but last Hack Night we had three new visitors. One of them was it Kristen,
Yes.
and
We had a
then
couple that looks like they're gonna return.
that
Indian couple.
was Rishit and Neha. I think it was Neha. I remember when she first said it, I thought she said Ni Hao.
Yeah. And let's see.
Um, and then just our usual consistent attendees: Pablo, myself, Steve, and Jeff. There was, an interesting discussion that came up actually that made me start thinking. So, Pablo asked me about if I'd ever used Upwork, and I'd mentioned that I have a like profile on it, but I've never got some work through it, and that I also used Field Nation. And Jeff mentioned that he used Field Nation, and he seems to have. I got the sense that he had a bad experience with it. But it occurred to me that there may be a number of people in our group who are curious about, are actively trying, or are successful on gigging platforms, and maybe we should like create a way for people to connect, share ideas, share feedback on profiles, give advice.
You said on dating apps?
Not dating apps,
Oh.
gigging apps.
Gigging apps. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense for us.
Yeah.
Um, let's see, gigging apps. Yeah, I mean, if you would want to do a project of trying to just put together an app, or do you mean like sharing best advice on apps that are already established?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like if someone is trying to break into Fiverr but just can't figure out how to do it, or if someone wants some feedback on their profile, like, hey, is this bio good? Does this picture look good? Like, is there something wrong with my profile that I could improve? Or just strategizing, because I think there is a good amount of strategy to just how you search for work orders on these apps that may not be intuitive. I think there are lots of ways for a person to jump onto an app and have a terrible experience and then just kind of, stop trying.
Um, so what do you think? I could just right now put up gig app advice channel. We already have a jobs and opportunity channel, but I do kind of feel like the specificity of it does help to encourage more engagement.
Yeah, shall we talk about like pros and cons of this? I think the pro here of doing a channel is that it's not really much of an active pursuit. I think we should pace ourselves if we're talking about like introducing a new something that involves like a bit of work from us.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe kind of sparking the conversation, just like, hey, if anybody, like maybe that is the benefit of the dedicated channel, is just that it's named and it says, hey, like, did you, like, if you're trying this, if you're thinking about this, like, post your thoughts here. What do you guys think?
I'm into it.
Yeah. So something about what you're saying is uh, kind of like just like when we ought to um, bring up a general topic, and try to encourage discussion on that topic. Like we could get into a habit of like topic of the day at Hack Night. If you wanted to do that, like cycle around topics to just make sure people not only like talk about those details but actually throw them in to the Discord and leave info for people to follow.
Yeah.
Like if you want to do that, like I'm totally down. My only thing would be, what's the list that we should come up with? Do we like put it in a random topic generator or something?
I don't know. I think I mean we could. I guess the first thing we should do is just test the appetite within the group. It's also entirely possible that like nobody is doing this. Like Jeff tried Field Nation, didn't like it, and then like never tried it again, and nobody else cares. I don't know. So why don't we? Maybe the best thing to do is actually just I can post in the Discord and just be like, hey guys, like, is anybody else, you know, trying on these gigging apps, successful on them, thinking about it, etc. If so, let's like hear your thoughts and if there's a way that Uncoded can support. Um, yeah, what kind of ways can Uncoded support people in finding work that way?
That makes sense. Let me see here. Yeah, I think that's definitely a good start. And I guess maybe we could ask about topics next hack night. If
Yeah.
people want to do that, like standing topic of the day. And I
You
could maybe just wing
created a
it.
channel or thread. Okay.
Yeah.
I can just post in there. Or should I post in the general?
I would post in the channel. People will notice it and follow up. Another thing to also do,
Which channel?
the one I just created, Gig App Advice
The
and
new one. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
experiences.
My
Okay.
YouTube channel.
Another thing to try and be active with as like the leadership is to try and make sure that like people get emoji responses to stuff they post or just like at least a
Yeah.
mild like thumbs up kind of a response, even if you don't have advice to give, just because we need that spark to keep encouraging more and more discourse on the Discord. Yeah, not every day is going to be.
I second that.
Right?
I know
Promote
it can
discourse on Discord?
Yeah, like not every
I
day
know
is
it
going to
can
be me and
awkward when you like
Pablo debating.
throw a message into. Oh, go ahead, Steve.
So I was just saying, not every day is going to be me and Pablo just naturally debating. So to get things moving,
Yeah.
we got to keep encouraging others.
Yeah, I definitely know what it feels like to throw something into a group chat and like nobody responds, and then you're just kind of like, I don't know what to make of that.
I feel you.
Exactly what you think it means.
It means you're pathetic and nobody likes you.
Speaking
you should
of,
just go eat worms.
speaking of, were you able to get me a
used to it.
Optiplex or?
Dude, so you asking about the whatchamacallit, the
Up.
swap meet?
Yeah.
So the rain drove away everyone. When I
Oh,
got there,
damn.
there was one vendor tent.
Oh, I don't feel
They
so
did
bad
not
about
have
missing it
Optiplex.
then.
Yeah, and that was the first time I went there, so yeah, it's not a great first experience, but
Oh,
I guess
boy.
next one.
Yeah, next month. And I can probably still find an Optiplex somewhere else. I just gotta quit being lazy. Sorry, where were we at?
All right, so have you figured out the financial information so we can get that in the?
Yeah, I just updated it. It's there. We got 9 cents of interest paid to our savings account, and everything else is the same.
Sweet.
701.70 and 973.47 for savings and checking, respectively.
All right. Yeah, speaking of the nonprofit status, let's make sure that we keep our conversations very clean of political information, so that our nonprofit status doesn't get threatened by the DOJ for fake news or something.
Oh my God, yeah. I'm not recording my I'm not recording or
anti-American sentiment.
transmitting my
Is that what you were going to
politics
say?
publicly for a minute now. Except through anonymous accounts that have no connection to our org.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. You gotta stop letting these liberals run you scared.
It's not the liberals that scare me.
I don't know what you're talking about, man. Donald Trump is one of the biggest liberals I have ever met.
Yep. Okay. That helps. That helps.
He's as liberal as they come.
Nobody's more liberal than him.
Yeah. Exactly.
The liberalist. Anywho.
Yeah, every time I think of the liberal media, it's like It's Donald Trump, right?
Mhm.
I always
Yeah,
confuse. He
that's
says don't let
The
November be the
lying liberal. I mean, liberal. The totally honest liberal media.
Yep.
all right. So, anything else tonight before we move on?
Nope.
This shit.
All right, let's go to trivia night. So, trivia night has been pretty much on hiatus for well over a month. The last thing we heard from Ryan was like before the last board meeting we had, and then I was supposed to follow up with him. Unfortunately, my personal life went really topsy turvy, and I haven't had the time to follow up. Since then, also Steve dropped in the chat and Discord that there's a possible other place that we can look at. I haven't inquired about the place. Just the look of the website kind of gave me like paid venue vibes, rented venue vibes. So I don't know if like we would get much special treatment, but it's still worth investigating.
Yeah, I was told by Nick that they basically are really friendly to people that just want to throw their events there. Um, like
Okay.
that what would bring them attention or make them like I think they just happen to have an open bar along with their venue, and if their venue hadn't been rented for the night anyway, they'd probably be down.
Yeah. Well, let's take a moment to confirm our ideas and hopes with the trivia night. So when I first brought it up, it was conceived as a tech trivia night, and we just thought, okay, well, we're hanging out. Why don't we just do trivia, right? And the tech turned out to be too narrow, so we expanded it to general topics. Our sort of tacit mission with this is just to bring attention to the group Uncoded, right?
Mhm.
And to some extent, I think that has been successful. A couple of people have come to trivia and then come to Uncoded. And also, it's just like another social thing for Uncoded members because we always have somebody who's already a member of, like a frequent visitor of Uncoded attending. Yeah, what are you guys' thoughts about what it is that we hope to achieve with trivia? And it's fine if it's just like, it's fun. Let's just keep having fun. It doesn't have to be a grand concept, but I kind of want to hear you guys' input.
I would like to see it become like first proof the concept. It's fun. People love it, enjoy it, and get weirder and weirder about how they catch each other cheating. And once that's established, we
Yeah.
got a good regular crowd that's totally into it. Then
Right.
I would like to see it like build up funds in terms of like donations, just like request donations as like tips to the host and whatnot, and
Okay.
see where that goes. And the more fun and interesting we make it, the better like chance that it could bring us more attention to Uncoded, get more people involved to want to
Yeah.
help expand out our events and represent us. Um, and then we've got like even more cool stuff that we can collab with other orgs with.
Yeah. So I guess what I'm hearing is two things: promotion and fundraising.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Those are kind of the two objectives of the two formal objectives, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
definitely enjoy doing it. It's fun to host. It's fun to write the questions. It's fun to watch James absolutely lose his shit over me calling Luke Skywalker a space critter.
You're so wrong for that one.
So, but that's really just it, though. Is like I think it takes care of itself and justifies itself well enough for no other reason than that there's fun, and that way, like if there's something else to benefit from it on top of that, it's like icing on the cake.
Yeah. So, I think fundraising is actually not a objective that we should work in. The promotion, we're pretty much promoting it to general public without much, without any copy that's geared towards like the tech interested. So I would kind of expect that some some subset of the group that comes may also be tech nerds who would be interested in Uncoded, but that it would not be 100%, right? That like it would be a minority of the audience for Trivia Night that would also be interested in Hack Night. So I mean that's still, um, as long as we're pulling in a big group, hopefully beneficial for promotion. For fundraising, I guess we need to, um, I guess, make that real, right? So I can, work it into my introduction and the closing, but we should have, a QR code or something where if somebody wants to donate or tip or buy us a coffee or whatever, that it's easy for them to do. Because it's also entirely possible that we just mention it every single week and not a single person. Or we can have a tip jar, right? Like, we can handle cash, right?
Hello. Yes,
Hello, was I out that whole time? Okay.
no, no,
Sorry, I just heard
we
a
can
living-
we can handle cash just fine. Like we'll want to be secure about it, but yeah, basically there's like a whole process. If somebody wants a receipt for me, that can be a little extra work. I mean, on my part, but like we're allowed to receive cash and just basically record what we received.
Welcome, Kate.
Hi, thank you. Hi.
Hello. So yeah, let me
What's going on?
see.
Yeah.
Not
We're just in
much.
the middle of discussing our trivia night.
Mm.
Yeah, and we're talking about fundraising with it. I think I've told you about it. I don't know if you remember what the theme was.
I think I remember hearing something about it, but I don't remember.
Yeah, so we have a
Okay.
special trivia night that's basically because a lot of trivia nights complain about cheating. As hackers, we encourage cheating and we encourage catching cheaters. So there's like extra points for catching cheaters and loss of points for getting caught cheating.
Oh,
Yeah, we call it catch me cheating if you can. Yeah, Kate's on
Get
the
caught, you get put on trial.
Kate's on the east coast, so it'll be a minute before she can join us.
I see.
yeah.
So yeah, I think the cash is not a bad idea because I don't know. Whenever I see a QR code for donating, it's always like the extra step, a little bit more friction, and also the fact that there were like 15 apps. There's Cash App and Zelle and Venmo and PayPal and I just never have the one that they're using. But I think we talked about it before. Don't we have a PayPal or Venmo or something that we can use?
Yeah, we have a Square account. Like it should go
Square,
straight to our
okay.
bank account.
Okay. And as a Square thing, would it be something where like they put in their credit card, they just get a form and put in a credit card information, or it's more like Venmo where they have an account set up already?
It's actually more like they would use their card, and there are these little like swipers. But I can also send them the link to pay.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it actually has that little, the little audio jack swiper thingy.
Yeah, but I think I need to get a new a set of new ones. It's there. I don't even know where the old ones are, but I used to have them.
Okay. Yeah, that might actually be. Yeah, that would be a good choice. I guess less friction than like the Zelle route.
Right, absolutely. And we end up paying more for it, but at least like it makes the taxes a lot easier to figure out.
Hmm. Um, so okay, as for the venue, how do we feel about like going back to District 4 and doing what we talked about, just doing like a every other Wednesday or first and third Wednesday thing? Did we feel pretty settled on that, or do we feel kind of like we would rather just find a new space?
Oh, I'm definitely
I like
I'm pro getting the new space. Like once like assuming Wicked Wolf is like viable, I'm ready to jump ship right now.
I found this
Okay.
coffee shop not too far from where I live. It's actually the spot where I go get my body waxed. And
Your what now?
my body, like
Body
my
wax.
chest, armpits, my arms,
Oh,
my neck, my eyebrows, my ears. I haven't done my legs yet, but it's on the list.
okay. Let's hear more about the coffee shop.
Yeah.
The name of the coffee shop is called 88 Keys. It's a, it's like a,
88 keys, like number of keys on a piano.
exactly on the greatest pianos. So
Yes, the grandest of pianos, even.
yeah, there are pianos that have less than 88 keys, Peter.
Yeah, I'm well aware.
Just want to make sure. So
But you know, I don't play Franz Liszt, so I've never needed all 88. In fact, when you're playing Bach, you don't really need a big keyboard.
better to have and not need than to need and not have. So
All right.
88 Keys is like a coffee shop and a music studio put together. At least that's the vibe.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a small little cozy area,
Mm-hmm.
and throughout the week they get a lot of traffic, and their hours are pretty like their hours are also kind of like compact. They're not like open all day, all night. They're closed on Sundays. Um,
Okay, but how late do they? Oh, I've got that answer right in front of me, actually. Let's see. So they generally close at 5, and since our
Yeah.
target is 7, it would have to be at a time that, like, they would have to staff it past closing. That would be a downside there.
well, they also do events like open mics and spoken word stuff. And they'll even
Yeah.
and once a month they'll throw like a little show too.
Yeah, that sounds like it would work for us.
So I'm thinking,
We couldn't hear that, Peter.
yeah, what?
So I interrupted myself because I thought.
You're
Can you hear me
roboting
now?
a bit. There you go.
You're glitching out, bro.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no. How about now?
Much better.
You're clear.
Much better or less better?
Much.
Okay. So, okay, here are the criteria that I'm thinking of for a new venue. One, preferably all ages, so not a bar, or like it should be something like Kennedy. Like it can have a bar, but it needs to be all ages.
Okay.
If we want to, like, because I think the undergrads are a target audience. So
Yes.
Cal State Long Beach students, LBCC students.
Yes.
Two, I think accessible to both those groups. I don't know how critical it is. I mean, this is LA. We kind of expect a lot of people to drive. So I don't know that we have to be like right on campus, but you know, at least accessible to,
Yeah, like a quick bus
to
ride away.
LBCC and what's that?
Like a quick bus ride away from either of the campuses. Like
Yeah,
Hungry,
something
like Wicked Wolf being close to the circle is probably like really good logistically like that.
Yeah. And 88 Keys is not too far from LBCC. And then what are the other things? The third thing would be it would be ideal if they have an audience that we want. With District 4 Pizza, it definitely felt like we were bringing in an audience that was 100% disjoint
Yeah.
from the audience of District 4 Pizza.
Yeah.
So it was always our party that gets to be at District 4 Pizza, as opposed to like a symbiotic relationship where like the people there already would have wanted to attend our trivia night. I don't know how to judge that, you know, and like I just know that when we went to District 4, it was like, yeah, this is a lot of soccer kids.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. We are definitely better off if there's already like some people who are techies that are there, not to like get out on a date night without having to hire a babysitter.
Yeah. Yeah, or just general nerds.
Yeah.
We like nerds. We love our nerds. Okay, here we go. Finally. So 88 Keys is actually like one city block, a very large city block away from LBCC. And then yeah, other criteria. One, we would like it to be free. That we get to host it there. So hopefully it's like mutually beneficial. We bring foot traffic. They benefit from the foot traffic. We don't have to pay for the event. Also, in the case of District 4, they were willing to put up like a discount on the winning team's ticket as a prize. So that would be helpful too. But I guess we also have the discussion of prizes to have. I mean, Ryan was very interested in us making a bigger deal out of prizes.
Yeah, and I think prizes are a great thing. We just need them to be like free and or cheap, or possibly like like something 3D printed. That's me just actually experimenting with what we could actually have as merch for sale at a tabling event.
Yeah, there's also, since there are teams, there's the difficulty of splitting. At least with the gift card, that's a bit easier because they could just apply different amount. Like they could do it all in one ticket and apply it to the one ticket, and then they all pay, like do splits or something. But anyway, I don't know. I guess I don't think we have to have that discussion right now. I think the first thing is let's figure out the venue.
Yeah, I think we just before we get picky about our venues, we should like make sure we understand what our options are. But you're right to bring up like what's the preferred criteria for now.
Yeah. In fact, I should be putting this into the minutes as I talk.
See, I can help with that.
What we talked about. So.
Okay.
Okay, so I think I can safely say the group has little appetite for continuing at District 4. We'd like to find a new venue. The two main, let's say the two formal objectives are promotion and fundraising. And the preferred qualities of a new venue are all ages, free for us,
and
open
tech
in the evening. Accessible from LVCC and CSULB. What else did I say?
And preferably tech demographic, basically.
Yeah, let's say overlaps with our audience. And discount winning teams ticket. Is that everything I said?
Hmm.
James recommends checking out 88 keys. And James, we had talked about Cyclops before. What was the reason that we're not keen on Cyclops, or are we?
Cyclops is very unresponsive.
Okay. Cyclops has been unresponsive.
Oh,
'Cause
you know,
the benefits of Cyclops are twofold. One is that they've already expressed interest in a trivia night, and that they wanted to do it themselves. We could just do it for them. And then two, they're very close to C. Selby.
real quick, I just realized we forgot to do a tiny bit of housekeeping. Kate, just so you're aware, we are recording. I doubt anything's been said that you regret, but we forgot to mention that.
What?
We are currently recording, and it's meant to go to YouTube. Is that okay with you?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just making sure.
sure.
Sorry, go ahead where you guys were at there.
I was just saying that the benefits of Cyclops are that, one, they had already expressed interest in a trivia night, and two, that they're close to Cal State Long Beach.
Yeah, well, there's interested and then there's interested. There's interested at a convenient, and then there's interested, like I'm genuinely interested to the point where like I'm going to be proactive in my approach to you.
Yeah,
Cyclops is the former.
I see. Well, how do we? Oh, and let me just write this down too. Steve, what was the name of that place that I think you said Nick recommended?
Yeah, Wicked Wolf.
Wicked Wolf was recommended by whom? It was Nick.
Nick, N-I-C.
NIC, like
No K.
Exactly like network interface card.
Yep.
One, two, one, two. All right. How do you propose that we begin the process of scouting out venues?
Well, I think we need to offer more sex appeal.
Okay, I don't think we're at the stage of trying to woo the venues yet. We don't even know about them.
Yeah, so I would say start with the most ideal like area locations and just start like doing just like you guys went around distributing flyers. Go around like popping in, asking management and owners like how they feel about the idea of a trivia night in their space, and if they seem like up for it, then we continue negotiation with them and make one happen.
Okay.
The other thing about sex appeal too is that when you have enough of it, you don't have to go out chasing, looking for something like a pick me. You attract it, and they come to you. It's like,
I'm sorry, I'm just having a hard time
an
imagining.
organization that's dedicated to bridging the tech literacy gap in underserved communities. Uncoded.
Yeah,
I'm gonna shut your mouth.
I'm having a hard time imagining that I can bring so much sex appeal that somebody's going to come up to me and ask if I'd be willing to host a trivia night at their venue.
Yeah, you just gotta have a little drone flying that you're controlling and looking through with the goggles you have on. Yeah, that's just like tech chic.
Actually,
You have a very different idea of sex appeal.
just start with working out every morning. Doesn't have to be the most expensive workout. It just has to be
Punching a lot of mechanical keys on a keyboard.
Like do some push-ups, do some sit-ups, invest in some gym equipment, and then watch yourself transform.
Oh shit.
I only do neck workouts. So I just have a big, fat, beefy neck. And I don't just have chicken legs, I have chicken everything but the neck.
Bro, I can't. I don't even want to imagine that. uh, Good grief.
Alright, well, I guess what I'll do is start with your online search. And I guess there's two things to research. One is what the other trivia nights out there are, like where they are and what nights they're on. And then yeah, and then the venues. Just looking for things that kind of fit that criteria. Um, and then I guess go from there. Just create a list and see if we can get some interest.
All right. Yeah, that's another thing too. Maybe we need to. Well, do we have everything figured out with adding these locations on our database here on the Notion? Because I think we've also added others in the past as they've come up.
Sorry, my audio cut when my Bluetooth device switched. What was the last thing you said, Steve?
So when it comes to these kind of locations that are good opportunities, I think we've already added some of them to our database here on the Notion. So like like our address book and everything. So
Yeah.
to make our list, we should like just keep things up to date on that, I think, and then like filter out those locations on like as needed to look at what we've got to go check out.
Yeah. Yeah, I can just use Notion to track this and yeah, we'll scope it out. Anything else on trivia, or shall we move on to the next item?
No, I think we're good on trivia.
All right.
Yeah.
Next item on the agenda is Tapito Tech. James.
Back burner. Just forget that it ever even.
Yeah, I think we can just like not even table it, but just sort of end the hopes of Tapito Tech at this point, by the sound of it.
Yeah.
Well, that makes me sad because it was a very promising thing. Is there anything that we can fill that space with? Like, do we want to try to host our own thing? Maybe not exactly the same thing, but.
Well, the thing is that everything that is happening with Dina Heels, it's like, it's already like lit. Everything.
You know what now?
Everything that has been happening with that space has already it's been like, it's huge. It's lit. Like right now they got so much stuff going on, none of which is even like remotely tech adjacent to, or
Yeah.
it's just not tech adjacent. They're just about like, helping the community, which, it's like they're doing sound baths, they're doing sacred circles for men and women. They're doing they're giving away like clothing and stuff, brand new clothing, the brands that you wanna. So they're doing a lot of really cool stuff, doing so much that it's probably just best to let them do their thing, because I feel like we would just be kind of like burdening them with the Pito Tech. And not only that, man, but like the sustainability for me to be able to like go, to do that and to put that energy into it without yeah, I'll just say it, without getting paid, it's like, man, I've been I've been taking care of my burnout, and it's like I'm better off for it, right? And so the Pito Tech, it seemed like a good idea, and it was at a time when I was about doing it, but
Yeah.
not in that space anymore, man. I don't feel like motivated to do it anymore. Right now, I just kind of need to like, I'm just not motivated to do it anymore. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
sorry.
So
Please.
that's cool. Let's take this off of our weekly initiative reports, and let's just say that we are no longer expecting Tepito Tech to happen.
Yeah, and don't worry, there are some ideas for projects that I have that we can move forward on instead of Topito Tech. Like I made some connections at WonderCon and everything that like really sound
Okay.
like they could pan out well for us.
Nice.
Okay, if there's nothing else to talk about with Tepito Tech, shall we move on to tabling event candidates?
Sounds good.
Okay. So I reached out to Layer One, Space Tech Expo, and AWE. I didn't realize it, but Layer One never got back to me unless it went to my junk folder. AWE and Space Tech Expo did. Now, if I remember correctly, AWE had a very, very high fee, even for a nonprofit. In fact, it is.
Hello?
It is $899 at a minimum. That's their cheapest one. An exhibit. That's just a startup table, a 4-foot startup table. An exhibitor booth is $4,050. That's after 10% off. So, I think I can probably correctly guess that the appetite in the room is not to spend $4,000 on an exhibitor booth at AWE.
Bro, where are we gonna get that kind of scratch, man?
From trivia night, all
There
those
you go.
bells, it's gonna come rolling in, $5 at a time.
Step one, children.
Now, as for Space Tech Expo, let's see. Let me pull up the message because I can't recall. It was more promising, and yet I don't know the name of the person who emailed me. All right, you know what? I can go search for the time. So it was around April 4th. Why does Outlook search give you only the least relevant results?
Because you don't use Google.
It's today at 5. Okay, so apparently. Okay, never mind. I'll bring it up later.
All right. Well, anyway, I will have to. I can come back to this if I find the email. there's not much to say except that I just need to follow up again with this Space Tech Expo. I think both of these were in early June.
Which would you think?
Maybe I could ask the question this way: what is, like, if we have to pay for a booth, does that rule it out? And if not, how much is too much?
I would go with 200 is probably too much. Like 200 or more
Okay.
is probably too much. But 200 for a single booth at a single event, I might be willing to fork that up for the purpose, but at the same time, it's not a sustainable amount. We'd need to bring it down more like 50 for sustainability.
Yeah. I mean, right now we basically don't fundraise, so
Yeah.
we're just drawing down on this account slowly. The closest thing we do to fundraising is when any of us just personally pay for something.
Yeah, and doo-doo-doo. Where we? Where'd it go?
Okay. Well, I guess there's other stuff to talk about with this topic. Maybe we could take a moment to do some quick online research to see if there's anything else that we think is worth inquiring about. I'm assuming we missed Toro Hat, right? Because last year that was right after.
I don't even know if they had it.
Okay. I'll check out the Long Beach Convention Center calendar. I did mention this one before. I don't really know what it is exactly. It's the UMass Global Summer Commencement, so I assume this is for, like, sort of correspondence students of University of Massachusetts. And they have a virtual commencement. I think I remember it. Like, I don't know if they might have, vendors for, networking with these students. Maybe it's actually something worth inquiring about. It's in like a week. It's May 3rd.
May 3rd. Let's see. Do you have a link
I
for
can
it?
drop a link in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything in the chat that I should hide from the recording?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm gonna put this in the board meetings chat though, not the local tech events one.
Yeah, that's the idea. Oh, right. Did you post it?
Yeah, I sent it. Is it there?
In board meetings? No, it doesn't look like it's sent.
Shows sent on my end.
What about you, James? Do you see it? In the
Yeah, I see it.
Oh wait, never mind. You're talking about board minutes. I thought you meant board meetings chat. Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry, not the chat of this. Yeah.
I was looking at the chat of this too.
There we go.
Board UTC Telecom and Technology, June 16 to 19.
Summer commencement. Global.
I'm going to throw this one in there as well, the UTC Telecom and Technology Conference.
We would table it a graduation ceremony?
I don't see anything in the description which implies that there are like vendor tables there, but it's a possibility that they may have it. I mean, I've seen vendors often want to kind of put their name out at events like this that I've seen before.
Okay.
So, like I've been to other events where there would be like networking hour and vendor table, but I don't know that this has that.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of like, well, it's worth checking out.
Yeah. I feel like it might be a little intimidating for us if, like, hey, these guys are looking for work outside of after college, and we're gonna be like, hey, unless your daddy's giving you a job, we're stuck too. Join us.
Yeah. What the hell? National Society for Histotechnology? Histology training and developing specialties. Explore the largest histology-focused exhibit hall in America. Well, anyway, that's all the way out in September. I find, Louis C.K. December 4th. We want to table at that.
Yeah, Louis C.K. is such a upright citizen.
That sounds like our audience.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely our audience.
So yeah, no, I find with this calendar that basically, it's very densely populated within the next month and maybe two, and then you just get these random events that are planned well in advance that fill the rest of the list.
Yeah, I think the UTC Telecom Technology Conference that actually would be helpful if we get our foot in the door there.
Yeah. Okay, well, I will reach out to these two this week and try to follow up with Space Tech Expo, and it might be a bit late for Layer 1, because I think they're in May, right?
Not sure off the top of my head.
But yeah, I'll see. Alright, shall we move on to the next thing?
Sure. Oh, stop doing that. There we go.
Let me... Just a moment, pulling up Notion. Well, the next thing is promotion, outreach, and fundraising. Is there anything to talk about that we haven't already talked about?
Yes. I wanted to bring up the cosplay for people with disabilities group in Long Beach. I met them at WonderCon, and I think they would like meeting up with them and chatting about possible stuff we can help make for them, like with 3D printing and what have you, and getting more into like treating cosplay design as the engineering that it is. Then we can incorporate and bring more people in from those spaces and maker spaces to want to be a part of us, and to collab with us. So I have reached out to them via email with our email, and they've been getting back to me, but I haven't quite been getting back to them as well. I just reached out and told them today an update of where we're at. That I'm just now getting around to telling you guys about it. And they have they actually have an event today at 5 p.m. At their house, the house of the the main parent who leads the group. Here, let me make sure I dropped in the events their fundraiser that's for August in tech events, and then let me see if I can't also find. Yeah, here we go. Their other one. I'll post that. I'll post that here in Board Minutes Plus. Denominator. So yeah, these disabled youngins, they have mostly like simple crafts that they put together for their costumes, and they go to conventions and cosplay with them, and then what I'm hoping is we can maybe help give them even better gear with like 3D prints or other designs that we come up with, and that can be a regular event, kind of like Tapito Tech, that'll take us in a bit of a different direction, but I hope to also attract more cosplayer engineers of sorts into our group through it.
Okay.
So yeah, let's see. Any interest you guys might have to try and check it out today at 5?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Not available tonight, but I am interested in finding out more about it.
Okay. I'm like conflicted because I need to spend more time cleaning up my house, and that's been the plan for today, but not getting underway as much as I wanted. So I feel like I gotta put it off a little longer, but yeah, that'll be the idea. Is their next event? We'll try to make it.
Clean your house.
Yeah.
You gotta take care of you first before you can take care of anything else.
I know, Dad.
So sorry, can you summarize what you wrote in the minutes? I don't know that I can capture it.
Yeah, no, by all means. Let me get to that. Let's see, tabling, promotion. Okay, so we and I also should mention I got the contact info for a lot of local groups, especially in Orange County, that are cosplay for kids. And so I'm thinking what a great idea that would be to sort of have crossover events where the cosplay for kids and cosplay for people with disabilities can both like interact building costumes together while we also assist with the engineering of interesting new designs. Where'd I go? Okay. Cosplay for people with disabilities club in Long Beach.
Test 1, 2.
There
There you go.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Follow.
I didn't even realize I dropped off the audio there. I thought you were just typing and then my
Oh.
Bluetooth connected.
Oh. All right, there we go. So, yeah, I think that summarizes pretty much everything.
Mhm.
Initiative report. Yeah, let me scroll. They don't. Yeah. I don't know if there's any questions or other things to bring up. I will say there is a little bit of new possibility with was it the 3D printing class? As I ran into a teacher at a maker fair who actually has a good number of 3D printers that they don't know what to do with, and they're hoping to have someone help them help make some coursework for students to be able to use the 3D printers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they would know how to build the lesson plan, and I would know, or some of us would know how to show them how it works, and like all the technical details to put into that lesson plan.
What was the place?
It's a teacher at a school. I just got her business card, and I'm waiting to hear back from her or reach out to her when I get the time.
Like
but
a K through 12 school?
I want to say I think it was 6th grade ish, or fourth to 6th grade ish. From the sound of it, anyway.
Okay.
Guys, this weather is fickle.
Yeah.
Making me
It's
sleepy.
pretty cool this morning, and now I'm roasting in my car.
All right.
Well, that's because we don't have any tint.
Yeah. Well, who was supposed to get it tinted over the summer, huh, James?
I was gonna do it, and then the price was like, I couldn't swing it, man, and I'm sorry.
What was the price, if you don't
What
mind?
was the price?
We were talking like upwards of $900.
Oh man,
Okay.
I'm looking to do that for myself. I could do that.
Bro, okay, if you're gonna do it, then you gotta go big. You gotta make sure that you go to a 3M tint authorized tint person, tint installer, and you want to make sure that you get the ceramic 3M tint, and you want to go with 5%, 5% all around. They tell you that it's against the. I've been 5% on my can, and I've driven next to cops, and behind cops, around cops, and they never give me grief for it.
Good.
And for all law enforcement professionals, this is not an admission of guilt.
But hey, but yeah, my thinking is like, whatever. We can talk about it after the recording's over. But you said 3M print, authorized.
Yeah, certified dealer and installer.
There. All right, I got the search out, ready to go. Okay. Anything else from for promotion, outreach, and oh shoot, why am I even doing that?
Nothing from me. Just I have some things for open forum, but not for promotion and outreach.
I ain't got nothing, dog, except the rotisserie chicken that I just reheated.
All right.
Uh,
Old business, new business.
all right, yeah. There's no old business, right? It's kind of
Yeah.
all in the agenda now as an initiative report.
Yeah.
Any new business?
Nothing comes to mind.
I guess the only distinction between new business and open forum is new business is something that we put on the agenda, and open forum is something we didn't. So okay, let's move on to open forum then.
Okay.
On Mardi Gras, I was planning to host people for a Mardi Gras party to do a hack night raid on my house and do some Cajun food. Now that Lent is over, I was thinking we could revive that plan in a new form, Tardy Gras.
Tardy girl.
It doesn't have to be on a Tuesday though, so it doesn't have to be a raid. We could do it on a Saturday. But pretty much the same plan, like open to anybody in the group. Just got to RSVP. Yeah, I was thinking maybe sometime early mid-May.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
I'm always down to party.
Mid-May.
Yeah.
So, May 13th, I have a tattoo removal session. And then, I think May
What
17th, it's going to be in the morning.
Okay, well, this would be in the evening. So, yeah, I would say my ideal candidates would be either Friday or Saturday. And that would be either like the 9th, 10th, 16th, or 17th.
Well, so. Oh, wait. Okay. Yeah.
Or we could go with a different theme and do May 4th and, as Obama calls it, Cinco de Cuatro.
Actually, there is an issue with May 4th. That's my anniversary. So, I'm
You
actually.
got married on May the 4th, you fucking nerd.
Yeah.
You fucking nerd.
Yeah. So we're going to Catalina for like the whole weekend. So by the way, next week's board meeting gotta skip.
All right.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So yeah, maybe I'll kind of figure out, make sure those dates work for me, and figure out maybe throw in the chat and scope it out, see what people are open for.
Yeah. I'm going to be doing a volunteering thing. I just can't remember which date it's going to be on. But I think it might be the 17th of May.
Okay. Volunteering for whom?
DSF Works.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me just add in the open forum the things that I said, and then aside from that, I think do you guys have anything you want to add in the open forum?
Not really.
No, we're good. I mean, you guys feel like we're still like pressing forward and making good progress, right? You got the energy?
Yeah.
I think I'm on the right side of the lull. Like, it feels like we kind of went into a cocoon a little bit for a few weeks.
Yeah.
And I cleared a lot off my schedule, so yeah, I'm feeling a little bit more ready to like take on things, but also I guess I'm feeling like I want to be cautious that we don't jump right back into the same assumptions if those assumptions aren't working for us. You know, like with a trivia night, for example, I want to make sure we're doing something that like makes sense for Uncoded, and it's not just something that we kind of got into and stayed in.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah, I've just been dealing with job interview on this past Monday, and so we'll see what happens. But even though the interview was only 30 minutes, the processing the fact that I got an interview and then I'm gonna have a second, it's pretty exhausting for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of just relaxing as much as I can and kind of just adhere to my systems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Speaking of systems, I gotta bring you that book. Are you at home?
I
Yeah.
am.
I'm on PCH right now. I might swing by and just drop it off.
I wanted to ask you if I could borrow your
Wait.
um.
Are we? Wait, did we adjourn? My bad.
No, we did not adjourn.
Okay.
Let's hold that thought, James. Let's do the meeting summary. Can someone, for some reason, the AI isn't working on my phone. Steve, if you have it on your computer, can you get the AI summary and paste it into the minutes?
Let me see. Mine's gonna be actually kind of funny. But let's see. And this is fine to just show off, right? ChatGPT. Okay. So many things to trust. Log in. There we go. And please summarize the following. Control C, just in case, because I need to give one more little trust here. Okay. Okay, yes. Yes. Summarize into up to 2 paragraphs. Yeah, it basically just spat out the same summary, like the same bullet points.
That's like from last week, or
no, like what I just posted in. It's like, yeah.
Huh. That's interesting. Last week it seems to have worked. Last meeting, it seemed to have worked fine. I could try when I get home, I guess.
No, it's fine. I'm just specifying to it, like summarizing up to 3 paragraphs. Perfect.
Yeah.
See. Why would you do that? Okay. There. The meeting opened at 1:20 p.m. with standard housekeeping tasks. Financially, the organization's savings account holds on 701.70. Checking holds 973.47 with pending payments to Jeff and Steve. Hacknight saw a few new faces while Trivia and
Are those payments still pending?
Yeah, my bad. I've been lazing about on it. I think think we have notes in our past board meetings of exactly what the amounts are. So
Yeah.
I just need to grab that and like just send it.
Okay, that's fine. I just thought that was an inaccuracy.
Right. No. Julian is seeking a new venue fits their needs. Options like 88 Keys and Wicked Wolf are being explored. Torpedo Tech was canceled, but new event tabling opportunities are being pursued. And then the LBCC. Promotion efforts include partnerships with local cosplay groups to link cosplay and 3D printing, and there's a new interest from a teacher in the upcoming 3D printing course. No updates were reported in the newsletter for or other old business. For new business, there was no discussion beyond noting argumentation mapping as a topic. In open forum, Peter offered to host Tardy Girls, an event in May. Several projects remain tabled for future meetings, including 3D printing glass, newsletter, and QuickBooks. Action items were assigned to various members. Stephen will be creating an Eventbrite page
I feel like this action items paragraph can just go. What do you think?
like to get rid of the Eventbrite page making, or what do you mean?
I mean, I think we could just take out that whole paragraph because almost all of that is old, like
Yeah,
months old.
that's fine. Yeah,
So.
we need to clean it up, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'd say we're good.
All right, shall we adjourn then?
We shall.
All right, this meeting's adjourned at 2:38 p.m. Can you post that summary in the Discord?
Yes, I can.
Groovy.
I wanted to borrow your iron because I want to try to attempt to
Okay, recording